This is interesting. Ivern banned away, Nautilus and Kennen. So that is jungle and 2 top liners taken away from AmazingJ. Fizz immediately locked up for Xiyang.
It's happening again. Kennen's banned, they pick the Fizz. What is AmazingJ going to play into it? That is the ultimate question that we won't find out, you would have to imagine, for a little bit. IMA being on the red side does mean they get the last pick themselves, so they get to see where the Fizz goes. Expectations to top lane. And what can AmazingJ pick into it? Camille's up.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's no rush to pick it right now, though, as with Kog'Maw banned, that means I may go down the tier list in those AD carries. Jinjao gets to return towards that Ashe, which he brought out 3 games against QG and was successful in 2 of them. His arrows have been absolutely impeccable, though it will be a little tricky to hit someone who can go untargetable every 6 to 7 seconds. And now to help him is also going to be Karma. We've seen Road take that quite a bit.
Yep, so that's lane control. I may have got themselves a pretty good 2v2. This is an expectation that I wanted to see this from World 6. Not the least in. Pick up the Graves, hard farm, try and be a big carry for your team. It's something that you need to do. When you're looking at Imay's composition, you would expect the Elise to be seen again, however, from the jungle role, and that's a risky pick.
Yeah.
If Graves can out-tempo you.
And it's so interesting to see World 6 prioritize Graves over Lee Sin. His performance in game number 2 must really have set him behind, as he's showing a completely different jungler than his, effectively, most played. And now we get the answer from OMG, as Nami is now locked in for 5. So prioritizing that jungle support duo for OMG, and of course, the OP Fizz.
Nami's a better choice for them. They can still look towards the Varus if they want to pick something like that, but Smlz also has this obsession with Lucian. He may still default to something like that, however, you'd be losing the 2v2, so you have to see where they go towards with their AD carry.
They've got a few choices here as they're still holding on to it. There's the Elise that you mentioned, and now I may get to start trimming away at the pool of either Icon or Smlz, something a little unprecedented.
Maybe an Echo ban, something that's always going to have to be
thought of. Last 2 times it has been LeBlanc and Syndra banned away, but it's a Lucian ban from Smlz. They are just targeting that bottom lane.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I did mention the Lucian for him. They picked Nami instead, which indicates AD carries perhaps as an option. They may even go for a Varus ban alongside the Lucian. Depends where their priorities lie. Smlz still has a Caitlyn, though.
There's the Thresh ban away from Road, perhaps expecting that Karma to return towards the mid lane. That's Syndra, now taken away from Icon again. I love the Thresh ban for Road, knowing that they have that next pick to
Thank God,
through.
right?
Yeah. Finally.
Because Karma can be flexed to Athena in the mid lane, one of the few teams in the LPL. I think there's about 3, maybe 4 now, that do still flex Karma towards mid.
And now with a Malzahar ban as well, they are expecting that Karma to be going towards the mid lane. We're still not sure quite yet, and I may continue to hold off a little bit longer, as now AmazingJ is going to take Gragas into Xiyang's Fizz.
Yeah, still the matchup was perfectly fine. We didn't see any problems with it in the last game. Only decision-making errors that really changed the pace of the game and how it actually panned out. So picking the Gragas, he'll survive the 1v1. It's not so much about the top lane anymore. It's about what the rest of the map does and how the top laners can complement it.
And now we've got the Varus locked in for Smlz, plus that Nami to help him out. And Icon, oh man, if he goes for the LeBlanc, he's saying, you know what? Forget this. I'm a 1v9. I'm going to carry this game myself.
He doesn't know who he's against, though. If it is the Karma, I mean, even the Karma has a good time against LeBlanc, so I still wouldn't suggest the champion. Because he actually doesn't.
Yeah, swaps it over at the last second to Ahri in the mid lane. Much more flexible.
I think Ahri's great.
Yeah.
If I was Athena here, though, I'd still be looking towards something like the Orianna. Not to kill the Ahri, but because you'll never die in your laning phase, you will 100% scale up to your item stage and kill everybody. It should be the Karma support.
Yeah, we now see the mid lane being picked for Athena, and that's going to be Road on that Karma. So Vladimir now locked in. A lot of safety, a lot of sustain against that, capable of getting away from a lot of the ganks that OMG could try to throw his way.
Buffs up their team fighting as well. The Vladimir, very big deal when you hit the mid-game to late-game team fighting. Hit the Hemo Plague and power the damage of all of the magic damage on your team. And it's all reliant a little bit on Jinjao here, however. When you look at Aime's full completed composition, 4 magic damage dealers, heavy magic damage dealers, and an Ashe. That bottom lane 2v2 is the most important part of this map for Aimee. And OMG have two big assassins, 2 damage dealers, and a Nami to protect them.
And you've already mentioned the propensity for focusing that bottom lane, especially Jinjao and Road in particular. Once he manages to pop himself off on that Karma, he will have a lot of mobility to set up wards and follow through on the Ben 4 Elise now for the 3rd game in a row on that champion. And what very well could be the final game of the series. OMG, if they lose this, they are eliminated from playoffs, and Aimee advance to play against Team WE in the semifinals. A huge story. And you've got to imagine Team WE are watching this game at home, and they might just be starting to sweat a little bit.
No, maybe. Maybe. I don't know if they're even watching this game knowing WE. Their bottom lane might be having a nap.
Yep.
The rest of the map definitely still watching, however.
Sleepy bottom lane for them. But again, keeping it back here, OMG, they were the 2nd place seed, and now they find themselves down 2 games. It's time to show that you have the mental fortitude to bring it back. Xiyang on that Fizz, you can see, is in the zone, and he is ready as we are preparing to load onto the Rift for game number 3. It is set point for Aimee. Can they close it out?
And this is the most important moment of the split, not just for Aimee, but for OMG. 0-2 down. Everything on the line for them if they want to get to MSI right now.
10 weeks of progress, all depending on the next 60 minutes. With that, we've loaded on. You can see everyone racing forward. And with the stakes set and Ocean Drake prepared to leap into his pit.
Another. That's 3 games, and it's OMG.
You can hear the OMG chants.
That was the 5 Aimee fans in the audience having a yell.
Still a little bit of shouting from the audience. Perhaps they're getting a little bit antsy.
It was 6, he cooked it.
Yeah.
It's 2 autos, then a dash. The auto reset on the dash is the most important. But why did you start with a sweep?
Really wanted that ward. Interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
He will find Ben 4 and get a quick attack, but eats a barrel from AmazingJ on his way out. The late ward. Xiyang is still sitting in this brush, and AmazingJ collapses. Volatile Spiderling getting a little bit of damage. But that means skittering frenzy start as Xiyang with Grasp with the Undying immediately makes that trade worth.
Needless trades. AmazingJ has sustained, though, with his passive, so he'll be okay. This is all in an effort to try and stop the red buff.
Why are they so aggressive here?
At the same time, if AmazingJ sits here and throws out barrels,
they are wasting so much time. Ben 4, eats a lot of damage. Forced to use the Blast Cone to separate himself.
I still feel like Aimee are going to do this.
AmazingJ
they have no wards,
back in. And red
are you guys going to go to lane yet?
Nope, World 6 is still there. Tags AmazingJ with a lot of hits, but eats some damage as he's slowed by the instant barrel. Volatile Spiderling is flashed.
What?
And World 6? What?
Well, World 6 has been a naughty boy and he's learned his lesson. He's going to go back to his blue buff. He has got E leveled, so even with no health, he'll be okay. In fact, he'll barely need to smite for it. However, I would imagine he does. Ben 4 can do his red buff. He'll be perfectly fine. Spiderling's the tank for him. We're just on a super delayed jungle clear, honestly, out of both of these junglers for both of these teams. Top laners, they were late to lane, so they're going to be behind in experience when it comes to hitting 6. Mid laners are going to be the biggest deal, honestly.
Yeah.
One is an Ahri, so I would actually have expectations that all of this fiesta is still favorable ever so slightly towards OMG's mid laner and Icon specifically. But the jungle from Ben 4 will be a slightly quicker endeavor.
Yeah, and this also opens up a lot of free time for that Aimee bottom lane to abuse their early pressure. Road gets a ward onto the red buff, and now he'll see World 6. 5 is there, though, so he's even protecting his jungler a little bit safer as Icon gets another ward to keep an eye on a potential invade. Charm is going to miss, and Athena just gets a trade back. Road sneaks his way around, looking just to be
menacing.
Annoying.
He can... Karma's one of those champions that's really good at taking away Raptors from his opponent as well, so even if Ben 4 wasn't here, then he would look towards this. But World 6, Ben 4, we're at it again.
Yeah.
Level 1 all over again.
A lot of AoE as Athena gets some harass on the Icon and makes his way out into the minion wave with a good
sick.
Tides of Blood, and Ooh, flash as Athena respects that damage.
That flash was not necessary. Oh, Icon has no mana. Athena also, what we didn't mention, his Storm Raider's Surge is why he's able to run away so quickly using his Blood Pool, harassing under the turret. One of those subtle things that actually allow you to be slightly more aggressive, perhaps.
World 6 makes his way in to help Icon push that wave out.
So will Ben 4.
Ben 4 shows up to support as well. What on earth is the beginning of this game?
Oh, man. Whose line is it anyway actually reproduces a game of League of Legends? Where the lanes are made up, the score doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, it does.
Nope.
In this match, elimination for OMG if they lose here. The bottom lane for Jinjao and Road have been able to push rather freely. Smlz finds his way under his turret, and he's down just a few CS under that harass.
Funnily enough, I do feel like this is OMG's attempt of shaking it up in a roundabout way. Obviously, this is not the most efficient way to do it. They're shaking it up. They're confusing Aimee. They literally sat at the red buff till like 2 minutes 20, just being absolute menaces. And then they go back to their own jungling. They're rotating around the map. They're 2v2ing mid lane to ensure an early recall for Icon because they want to utilize him, give him the experience, but also to get World 6 slightly ahead because he gets there and takes the farm a little bit sooner. They have this idea. It's just that Aimee aren't the kind of team to say, they're at my red buff, I'm going to go to my blue buff. They're like, why are they at my red buff? I'm going to fight them for it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we saw from AmazingJ and Xiyang. Skirmishing around as well, burning that flash from World 6. He's still without it as we get towards that 6-minute mark. Jungle clear finished. Xiyang uses his teleport to get top and catch this minion wave. As he's even using the exact same skin as AmazingJ did in the previous match.
AmazingJ have the yellow one? Or was that
Xiyang had the yellow one in game 1. So changing up his skins in between. AmazingJ without his teleport though, he used it a little bit earlier on to get into the lane. Forced to take the long way up there as Ben 4 holds onto the minion wave for Athena. Says, I got you, dude. No, don't worry about the cannon. It was going to die before you got here.
Oh, come on. That's 2 cannons in 1 lane. I'm disappointed. Still, it's the experience that matters the most. Disregard the gold value. I know that as much as people want to get the cannon minions, it does actually get him closer to not just level 5, not that level 6 is that important, but an experience advantage.
Xiyang and AmazingJ trade it on out. Junglers meet just a little bit in the river. 5 hasn't actually gone for a recall yet, so he's not able to group up with World 6. But you've still got a vision priority for OMG on that bottom side of the map around that mid lane. As that's the Fizz Gragas interaction.
That's the trade patterns. Every single time AmazingJ has got his body slam, he will use it, but currently has no flash.
Yeah, he just used his flash. As you can see a skirmish going on right here. Follow up from Icon Ignite. He repels up, but he'll have to come right back down on the exact same spot. Dies to the Orb of Deception. Athena tries to answer back with Hemo Plague, and the junglers have both died to the mid laners. 5 gets pulled up, but so too does Road and Jinjao. They're right there. Smlz is ignited. Athena looking for damage. Flash tether. He's trying to heal to break it, but he's caught by the snare. Athena pulls to catch up and avoid the slow. He gets another kill. 2-0 Athena.
And Aime's bottom lane and OMG's bottom lane are just having it out in the river. And conveniently they show up after Athena has the advantage. Icon has no ultimate or summoner spells to save his team. The Vladimir just runs rampant. And honestly, that was good from Road, being able to actually flash and tether, meaning that no flash was going to distance himself enough to save his life, Smlz. He was just destined to die. 2-0-1 on a Vladimir at 7 minutes in the game. The sooner he gets that proto belt, the worse off you are.
Yeah, and you can see he's also got 4 stacks on that Dark Seal for just a little bit of bonus ability power. As Ben 4 makes his way top, Xiyang just used the Trickster. Ben 4, not able to land the cocoon. Xiyang is about to get the cooldown. It's going up quick, but they've got more than enough time to follow through with a kill. World 6 shows his way up there. He finds Ben 4 and has got a lot of burst at level 6. But decides to hold on to it.
Unfortunately, the Q didn't get to double proc. If he did enough damage, there could have been an instant burst with the ultimate, something we're seeing from Rio from Invictus Gaming a little bit here on the Graves, but not to happen this time if you're World 6, as that was really cute from Aimee, playing around the Fizz Gragas trade patterns and the tendencies of the player, not just the champion, knowing that he's going to use the play for Trickster, throwing the Gragas ultimate afterwards. No Fizz expects you to use it, but because Ben 4 is there, they don't even need the cocoon because there is no escape tool for a flashless Fizz.
And now we see the immediate results of that as Ben 4 and Road, using that faster recall, make it towards the red buff of World 6. They set up some vision, pull it into brush, it's spotted out by 5. He gets a control ward down. Ben 4 has got his smite, uses it, dodges the bubble, and then makes his way out with the help of Dragon.
And gets to walk it out, so he's going to be perfectly fine. 5 level 4 for the record is pretty much an immediate kill for anybody that looks at him. A stiff breeze would actually murder the Nami at the moment. So he needs to be super careful and catch up in some experience ASAP. Well, the rest of his map starts suffering because of it. Level 7 and 5, more important numbers for Jinjao and Road.
Yeah, he's got that enchanted crystal arrow. They can start moving that Ashe around the map, or perhaps use it to break down that bottom tier 1 turret.
Leaving the lane.
Yeah, World 6 is clearing that out. 5, as you said, just trying to clear out some vision. Gets a little bit of experience from the ward, but nowhere near enough. Athena just continues to trade with Icon. He's got his proto belt.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he can absolutely destroy Icon every single time he has the proto belt up with his ultimate. The trade patterns are there. Icon is Ignite reliant, and he doesn't have Ignite at the moment, so definitely a point of power for Aimee in the middle lane, as OMG are looking to make a play down bottom. Still avoiding the vision, actually, from World 6. Still avoiding the vision, actually, from World 6.
Missed as he ducked down.
Did World 6 know, though, that it missed him? Because I feel like he was aware that he saw the Hawk shot and assumed it hit him.
That's Ignite as it's used onto Athena. Spirit Rush goes in once. Chain of Corruption onto Jinjao as Ben 4 shows up. Road overextends and will die. But Xiyang is in there along with AmazingJ. They're now trading back and forth. Flash from Ben 4. He eats the collateral damage but dies to the piercing arrow that follows through. And OMG answer back with a few kills of their own.
Really important kills for OMG to be able to set themselves up and also to give Smlz something extra. AmazingJ did not use his ultimate throughout that. He did not try and disengage and save the life of his allies. Really confusing.
Xiyang is now trying to dive on the Jinjao. Tidal Wave. Ooh, is flashed. I think Jinjao might have been safe, but he decides to play it close to the chest instead.
Vladimir's rotating.
Yeah, the bottom tier 1 is so low, but here comes Athena. He's spotted out by the ward.
No ulti.
Rushing forward, he used it to trade with Icon, who's currently covering mid. Who's the target? Bubble, and AmazingJ flashes cast onto Smlz, and they manage to get the burst. Xiyang leaps over, and Aimee follow up with another kill. Athena has got to respect the turret.
The Vladimir's damage is absolutely bonkers right now. To be able to kill Smlz with the pull and just the E at the same time. All of this happens, thankfully for Aimee, because Athena's able to handle Icon in the 1v1. If that went the other way, that would be OMG getting the turret.
And now again, Aimee are able to take the first turret of the game. They turn OMG's play back on its head as OMG bite off a little bit too much more than they can chew.
And seriously, something that everyone sleeps on. The one time we saw Athena play Vladimir this split, he was hard carrying in a loss. Like, he is so good on this champion, and now he's snowballed.
Oh man, Icon's almost got the Spirit Rush. He's thinking about it. If he landed that, he would have gone in, but the cocoon hits, and he's chunked down to about 2/3 of his health. With that, bottom tier 1 cleared out. Jinjao starts making his way down mid lane. Athena's already prepping the minion wave, and you can see Xiyang is heading up top to catch the wave set up earlier.
This is actually like beyond a danger zone though. Vladimir's E clears the back wave minions and pretty much destroys the front wave minions now. So melee's in range, all die. The fact that they all die means he doesn't need to use Proto Belt to match any kind of wave clearer from an Ahri. He actually has the advantage in this middle lane. Clear the wave, disappear, gank bottom. There's no turret down there. They're trying to push and get the turret down themselves. Like, this is insane.
There he goes, Proto Belting for the minions, just trying to trade onto Icon. And with that presence that he has in the mid lane, Road and Ben 4 again are just contesting the vision of World 6, setting up these wards behind the Dragon to keep their AD carry safe as he actually returns bottom this time. Trying to keep onto that advantage. Ben 4 finds 5 and just chunks him out.
Yeah, I'm going to wonder what 5 was thinking. Walked into a Mantra and Power Q, walked out of it, then walked back into it to take some bonus damage.
Yeah, Jinjao starting the Dragon as a bubble finds Ben 4. Ben 4, yeah.
Giant hammer on that spider.
He now turns onto that Dragon himself, but he's leashed it to half for World 6. No smite available for Ben 4, and OMG!
Yeah.
Just get a free Dragon with Aimee fumbling the play.
Yeah, they just walk in and take the Dragon. I'm not too sure on the starting it off there from Jinjao. Fortunately for OMG, they have the members nearby. They have the ability to actually That's dirty.
Wow.
Oh my god,
Ghost
it's
Teemo
very
Plague
dirty.
forces out the Spirit Rush. Icon is going to be fine and survive, but that presence. Ben4 sneaks in, the arrow tags 5. It's going to be tough to land the Cocoon, but he does hold on to it. They managed to get the kill onto 5.
World 6 is here.
And zone Smlz back. Certainly he is there, but there's no turret.
They know the
Cocoon
World 6 is
flash
here.
dodged. Road still going to continue firing these shots. Blast
Hello.
gun, surprise, Vladimir. Sanguine Pool, he gets onto Smlz, turns onto World 6 instead. Repel gets him up, and this is Aime just cleaning up this game.
Athena is just winning the game by himself. No matter what you say, if everyone's playing it fine, you know what? The gank was great from Aime.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
That is unfortunate. But honestly, in the battle of the mid laners, one of them is impacting the map more.
3-0-2 on that Vlad. You can see 2 kills on Icon, but he's not impacting the map. Road, what are you doing?
Gets a red buff.
All right, Aime, come on, clean it up. You've got to actually finish off this series. Sure, they're ahead. It's 15 minutes in. They're up by about 3,000 gold. They gave over a dragon for no reason. They gave over a kill for no reason.
It's okay. It's reset time.
It is.
Everything has actually calmed down. From the turret going down bottom, the dive happening afterwards, mid laners slowed down. Now, the reason it's reset time is because they've sent the Ahri bottom. They actually are going to try and 1-3-1. I was wondering if they would try and do this. They have a 2-0 Ahri. She can 1v1 everybody except maybe the Vladimir and the Gragas. So if she finds any of the side laners, they get mismatched lane assignments, then perhaps Ahri can make it work. She can wave clear well, should still get the turret eventually, just that Athena's presence is too great. But what this also does, the most important feature of this, it takes Athena away. Like the longest distance away now from the rest of the team. He can't just rotate immediately after a trade in the middle lane or after clearing a wave. He has to walk through repeat amounts of vision, control wards placed down, all in an effort to stop the Vladimir from existing. So even if Icon doesn't exist, the fact that Athena doesn't is a win.
It's actually OMG finding the faster rotation onto mid lane. Here comes Athena, though. The arrow. Field goals between them is 5 flashes. Athena's waiting just outside of vision, clearing out that control ward, as Xiyang and World 6 are skirmishing in the jungle on that top side of the map.
They'll go back mid right now. Every time they see the Vladimir disappear, they can go mid. They still might look to fight. However, Athena should come back in because AmazingJ is flanking the turret. Forces
the Spirit Rush, finds World 6 over the wall, but he makes his way over. As you said, AmazingJ flanking from the other side, forces them back. Charm misses. Collateral damage is enough. Ben4 eats the Chains of Corruption before flashing to safety. And a lot was blown there, but nobody died, and the turrets, both of them, are left standing.
4 ultimates and a teleport used by OMG to keep their turret alive. Aime can be so happy with this trade that they can reset, go back to base, get some health, and then come back and do it again. Athena gets to go bottom, gets to clear the wave, has a grand time just being this indomitable monster running around on the Rift. He'll probably have his Abyssal Scepter right now as well.
Yeah, he has got a lot of gold.
Based off him not recalling.
Sitting back on the minions right now, though, might be trying to pull some attention.
You have to wonder what the rest of his team is doing, if there's a reason for him to do this.
Yeah, they're currently holding down the fort in mid lane. He should see that Krugs are being
He wants to 1v1.
Oh, he's trying to solo kill Icon. The Hitman himself gets behind him. Ben4's on the other side. Charm lands, but that's also Hemoplague. Ghost gets Icon back, but the Cocoon from around the corner. Icon dies to Athena, even using Teleport and Road to support just in case.
And Athena with advanced notice on what he wants to do. Ben4 just listens, comes down towards the bottom lane, and is the major difference. Athena got a flank, forcing Icon to walk into the river, an area where OMG had no vision. So great moves out of Aime once again around their Vladimir, ensuring that he is not just the Fed member, but he's carrying, and they're giving him the resources to do so. Middle lane, Jinjao doesn't even have to do anything. He's having a good time.
Sit back, catch minions, hold the turret.
Eventually they'll collapse onto him, and that's when the turrets break.
Yeah, and you can see Athena now cheating into the jungle just a bit. He's spotted out by plenty of wards, but he also has a lot of wards keeping himself safe. With that presence down there, he is going to try getting some damage on the tier 2. Jinjao actually pulls attention mid lane as well by pushing in the minion wave. And now, OMG are in between a rock and a hard place. Icon is trying to defend bottom while the rest of OMG are trying to defend mid.
They're stuck between a Gragas and a Blood Mage more than that. I mean, that's just a fact.
Really good. Yeah, nice. And
here all week.
They're still defending right now. Athena will find himself just outside of vision. Denies the sweeper from 5, who turns and immediately runs to the turrets.
This is not a safe zone, though. Yeah. They really need to do something big to defend this.
Xiyang is being zoned away by AmazingJ. He eats a turret shot. Athena's still waiting on the wings for that Hemoplague cooldown. Just forcing out the vision, forcing out these small trades.
Ocean Drake 2 up in 30 seconds as well. I may have the inside track towards that completely. All of the vision in the jungle, you can see it, is entirely red, with the sprinkles of blue here and there to try and actually get through. But 5, so unsafe trying to place wards. In fact, I think he's out of them. Every movement from this point onwards, if they ever break a neutral standpoint on the map, they're going blind. So.
Yeah. And with that dragon up, you can see it's Xiyang actually leading the way towards the dragon.
And he did that blind.
Yeah, Athena actually will now head back out into lane. He's going for the Zanya's second, just to be as big a menace as he possibly can.
No, that's a very good decision, actually. It means that his team fighting is even further accelerated. If he gets poked out at the start, all he needs is an ultimate and a Zonia's, and he'll be back to at least some amount of health. However, 3 ignites on the team against the Vladimir doesn't make it easy for him, to say the least.
He'll have his work cut out for him, but now the rest of IMA are turning onto the dragon. Red buff passed over to Smlz as World 6 hops over the wall.
A little bit early, World 6.
Yeah, Athena's taken a bit of damage from Icon from the bottom. AmazingJ starting to prep this. The arrow misses, and they do set up with a shield. Icon's ready to flank, and World 6 tries to get in. That's the tidal wave. AmazingJ's in front as Jinjao goes low. Dragon is finished off by World 6. Athena's in the back line, though. Does he have enough? He's able to get the bubble, and yes, he does. Solo kills Smlz. He's taking so much damage that the Ignite is burning. He needs some help, though. He needs his team. Caught by the charm, he goes down. Ben 4 follows up with Jinjao. They lose 2 and back away, and OMG come out better for it.
You have to wonder, was IMA actually working around their Vladimir, or were they just running away? Because if they protected him, if they protected Athena, advanced with him, you calm down, then they might have actually got themselves the team fight.
Yeah.
But they didn't work with the Vlad at all.
Maybe a bit of mistrust in their mid laner. Or maybe just a poor play. Time will only tell. Here it is again.
Yeah, not just that. Athena goes very deep, right? Jinjao's court has to flash. So he's partially out of the fight, but this engage from Athena is great. I just don't know if World 6 has this big of a presence. But like, look at Road Jinjao. They just don't really know where to go. They can't make their mind up. They're in, they're out. Ben 4 finally comes around with him, but by that time, the Vladimir's dead. Like, the idea was fine. They actually were heavily chunked out, but they could have committed to helping.
Yeah, we're still seeing a gold advantage for IMA when it's all said and done, despite that mid-tier 1 falling for OMG. Xiyang looks like he's going to clear the bottom one. And with that, IMA send their duo up top. Smlz will have to hold this minion wave with the help from 5 and what appears to be World 6 as Athena, again, just trying to be a bully, forcing people around the map.
Yeah.
Now he's going to go mid and try to finish off the tier 1.
So the biggest thing is forcing the ultimate out of Icon. Every single time that he uses the Proto Belt, if the Ahri ults, he wins.
Ooh, the arrow misses and a flash just in case. Icon is still fine, but the mid-tier 1 is finally going to break.
Icon may be alive, but fine is another story entirely. If he has to go to base, that's a big part of the wave clear without ultimates being used that goes to waste. No Smlz. He was clearing top wave.
Yeah, they're using teleport to get AmazingJ in here. That's going to be the fish onto Road. He gets a tether onto Xiyang as the minion wave is cleared out. They're still getting some good damage, but do they have enough to finish it off? Here comes the rest of them. Cocoon misses. Xiyang goes in. AmazingJ is the target. He's brought low. The turret is finished, and IMA break it down.
Whoa, the engage.
Flash, Chain of Corruption onto Road. He dies to the burst, but that's 1 kill. You've already lost 2 turrets, OMG. This is table scraps.
That's a major part of their engage just for the 1 kill. So you'll take that, IMA. You'll try and back away, consolidate, and just clear the wave. Clear this next wave, and honestly, you'll still be okay. All about how they navigate this exact moment, because the Baron vision is still IMA's. OMG have made a conscious decision to push mid before securing any kind of vision, but this gives the free opportunity for the recall now. They're set up. They got 2 turrets. Items are probably going to be there, you'd imagine.
Yeah, there's the rune ends now finished for Jinjao. And you can see scrapping for gold from Athena. He's probably looking to finish off his Abyssal or maybe a Void Staff. As Leandres is now finished up for Ben 4. They're all fully stocked up on wards. AmazingJ is getting nice and tanky as well as he goes towards his Frozen Heart.
So the easiest way to fix this if you're OMG right now is you've got a massive Ahri. Like, that Ahri can win you the game just as much as the Vladimir can for Athena.
And it's not just the Ahri, it's Icon.
Exactly. So he needs to actually be in a position to succeed. He doesn't want to 1v1 Athena. He's actually losing every single 1v1 because the Ahri cannot trade against somebody who can turn into a puddle in Proto Belt and still beat you.
Yeah.
He's just that fed. So plain and simple, the best way to do this is to have an invisible Ahri, not someone that has to clear the mid wave, which means setting up slow pushes inside lanes, building Banner of Command if that's what it takes on Fizz, which he is not doing. But small things like this can actually mean a bigger deal if teams were consciously thinking about, like, how do we engage team fights if you're OMG? Like, what would you use to engage?
Charm, chain of corruption?
Yeah. Very hard things to hit. Varus' ultimate confirmed one of the hardest spells. You have to either flash do it or they need to already use stuff. That's going to be hard to do, right? But then if you're going onto the Vladimir, he's got his own use anyway, or he can turn into a pool even when he's hit by it.
Yeah.
So it is Ahri charm. And if Ahri's not in a position to use the charm, then how are they going to engage if it's just the Varus?
Try to turn around a fight from Aime, but then it's up against the likes of Aime, and they've got momentum in the set. They've got that huge Athena on Vladimir.
And if you're turning around fights, you're assuming that Athena's already chunked out people.
Yeah.
Like, it's super dangerous, and like the point I'm making is that they're not setting themselves up to compensate. They're just dealing with it.
Yeah, it's only going to be a matter of time before they run out of hands to stem the flow, to try to stop the tide of Aime, as they are slowly but surely getting closer and closer to closing out this game. Now we're at the 25-minute mark. This game is in fact the most even game that we have had of the series yet. So perhaps this could be the best chance for OMG, with their backs against the wall, to make a statement for why they should stay in playoffs and why they should continue to play WE. Smlz is getting nice and big. He's got his own Quicksilver Sash, and we're seeing some big items everywhere else.
It's definitely the closest game that we've had, but unfortunately, AmazingJ's got his 2 completed tank items. There's very little that is actually going to be able to take apart this Gragas right now with a Frozen Heart, Spirit Visage, and Ninja Tabis. Not just that, a Void Staff for Athena. He will kill every single person if Aime play front to back or Athena gets a good flank on. So whilst the gold is relatively close, I'm sure OMG don't feel that way. That's the real danger point.
Yeah, they're currently sitting on this game, trying to defend as Road. Ooh, you don't want to face check into that, Ahri. That's even the Spirit Rush being used. Redemption drops down late. He turns onto Ben 4. The arrow tags him, though, and Athena is there. Chain of Corruption stalls it out. Charm onto Jinjao. This is a very messy fight for Aime. If they can kill this, that would be huge. They get the slow onto Jinjao. Is their follow-up. Cocoon onto 5. And he's making his way towards the tier 1.
Careful, Smlz.
Yeah.
Don't push your luck. That was still really good from OMG. They're able to push them away. Baron's still not being looked at, but a third Ocean Drake is also alive. If you're OMG, you'd be happy with that either way. The bottom turret's also now going to go down because the Gragas has rotated to ensure the Baron isn't even looked at. It is a trade overall, but the kill advantage and perhaps the third Ocean is still a big win.
Bottom tier 1 drops, and as you said, that third Ocean is now going over towards OMG. Ben 4 on the top side of the map as Athena clears out some of the vision. You can see that Ahri does damage, even to Athena. But is it going to be enough? Yeah, he can kill Road. Sure, he can kill Jinjao, but there is so much threat from Aime if they manage to find a favorable engage. They were trying to set up for it and stumbled a little bit as Icon found himself in a good position.
He just found himself at the right place at the right time. I mean, it's not unexpected that he'd be there, but Road also walked in without actually placing a ward down, just immediately next to an Ahri, and Icon just lapped it up. Still looking towards their outers, however, OMG, they need to get the top lane outer to unlock that lane a bit more. It's too easy for Aime having the top lane outer alive to rotate from it to Baron to actually control the vision through that area, because it's just as simple as one ward in the tri-bush.
It is. They are maintaining presence on that wave. Athena's trying to catch it. They're bringing Icon in the tri-bush, and there is no ward for Aime. There they go. Now they're placing down a ward from OMG. Aime are starting to creep forward on their own. You can see how delicate they're being, knowing that there is that pick from the Smlz Chain of Corruption. Walking into the vision. Ben 4 leads the way, dodges the charm. Ahri
no longer has charms. That means vision will be secured by Aime. There's pretty much nothing else that can take it down, especially having AmazingJ nearby. It's just that reassuring factor of a tank But if it comes to it, he'll be the person that sets up the vision.
And now we see OMG actually falling back from that Baron side of the map. Athena has pushed that wave all the way up towards the tier 2. He's going to collapse onto the Baron. It's swept out, and now there is no vision from OMG. They don't have Sweeper. They don't have Hawkshot. They've got nothing but that Scuttle Crab.
They don't know if it's being done. With those two in the pit, safe to say that it is being done. OMG have no choice but to start getting in there, start trying to actually clear out the vision.
Ooh, Athena trying to clear out a ward. Arrow is going to catch World 6. Athena's already chunked down so low. Zanya's super early and might actually die on the backside of this. No, he flashes to chase Icon back to his tier 2. Chain of Corruption from Smlz goes right in between them.
Oh.
Road gets the kill onto Icon.
Does
Ignite is ticking down the final tick.
No.
Oh my goodness, he survived.
Road missed the Q, I believe, on the back end, but I may still get the fight that they're looking for. Xiyang's in.
Yeah, huge chum the waters. They found World 6. They know he doesn't have too much after the last fight. Road gets in, but the carries need to be the ones doing the damage, not the tank and the support. They're still chasing him down, though. They finally have enough. That jungler is dead, but Icon is fully topped up and making his way back onto the map.
Yeah, straight back into the Baron pit itself. No jungler alive means no smite to contest Ben 4. They still need to keep their damage dealers alive. Athena should be able to zone them off once he gets his health back.
Yeah, Xiyang gets in. He eats a tether. AmazingJ is charmed. He's actually died. Ben4's in the back of the pit. Athena's zoning it away, trying to heal himself up. He gets so much health back, and Baron is picked up by Aime. Athena finally dies, and that's going to be the rest of Aime running for the hills.
Oh.
Road drops as well. That's the ace for OMG.
OMG pick up a crucial ace for themselves as the Baron actually goes down. So OMG now on the front foot. They now have the advantage. They can push with all of the time in the world to get these turrets down. Clean out of the carries.
Smlz and Icon putting up huge numbers in that last fight. We said it would be up to them to carry, and they are giving us a good showing. Icon 7-1-2 on this Ahri. And now they have broken the tier 2. They turn onto the inhibitor turret.
It shouldn't be the inhibitor. It should be just the turret.
Yeah.
See the ward placed indicating exactly that.
3 turrets now broken, opens the gold lead for OMG, and here's the fight that started it.
Keep your eyes on not just Icon, who hits a good charm at the start, making sure AmazingJ is there, but Smlz kiting around, hitting the right targets. They all want to take down the Vladimir. They're not actually hitting the Baron. Like, acknowledgement that, you know what, if we get the Baron, it's incidental because we're against the smite either way. It's more the fact that we need to kill these people inside the pit because a fight happened a minute beforehand. No summoner spells to keep them alive. Very simple stuff. Very well done from OMG. Just walk in, take them out when they really have no counterplay.
Yeah, go back to the basics. That's what we recommended. If it's not Maokai Sivir, it looks like it's Ahri Varus.
Unfortunately for Aime, however, they bottleneck themselves inside the pit.
They did.
The easy solution there is to stand out of the pit, just have 2 damage dealers maybe inside, use Athena maybe to zone people off. Didn't work out as planned.
It certainly didn't. And now we're seeing huge setups from OMG. They've got Triple Ocean. They've denied the Baron for at least another few minutes. And with this, Aime might be the ones who are behind.
Maybe.
As Smlz, he's finished off his Mortal Reminder. You can see the Void Staff finished off from Icon. He's going to start doing some big damage to AmazingJ, and he's now building towards an Abyssal Scepter.
Got him. Ben 4 got the scuttle.
Yeah.
That
Smite
matters.
fight. I mean, Infernal Dragon is up in 50 seconds.
Exactly.
Do Aime even want to fight over this? The effectiveness of that Vladimir is tapering off now that we're seeing OMG get these huge items.
I wouldn't say the effectiveness of the Vladimir is tapering by any means. It's just that OMG are dealing with it better. If you want a team fight, it's important that you have the Scuttle Crab. It's not so much that they may want to exactly, but if they choose to, it'll help. Having the Shirelia's buff, basically. Or the Talisman now buff, rather.
So I just realized why it's called Mortal Reminder, because it denies healing, and you don't get your health back up to full, so you're not immortal. It's a reminder that you're mortal.
Okay.
The armor penetration item from
Yeah,
SLZ,
no, I
I
know
just got
what
it.
it is.
I just got it. Sorry.
Fair enough, I guess.
I mean, it makes sense against a Vladimir who can just keep on sustaining himself like this. Xiyang split pushing top.
Remembering.
And 5 members of Aime are at the Dragon. They are trying to take this. The final Elemental Drake. World 6 is over the wall with Smite.
Keep your
He's
eyes
spotted
peeled
him
for
with
the Ahri.
Vision. Oh man, that was closer than it should have been. Icon is the target. Road leads the charge as World 6 is slowly being whittled down. He dies as the rest of IMA make for the hills, but they are losing their tier 2 up top, and Icon is going to survive.
They'll have to send AmazingJ back to base. Icon's about to cancel it, potentially. No, he does. Oh.
He's thinking about it.
He went. Okay, that's
still
unfair.
Gets the spirit fire.
He does go back, so that's important because he gets to save the day. Graves is dead. Icon is actually just trying to be a solo hero and get rid of the minion waves. He's bought so much time for his team.
Yeah.
The problem with OMG right now, as Ahri ults, is that they're disconnected. They're not a team. Like, they're actually split this entire time. By being split, you're giving IMA opportunities to run at you as a team. And that is exactly what IMA live for.
Yeah, that's what they excel at. Those moments where they really come alive. They've swept out most of the vision on this side of the map, but now we've officially reached the late game. 34 minutes in, 3,000 gold separates the teams as they are neck and neck. In set point, game number 3 between IMA and OMG. And backs against the wall, OMG were able to take a fight and get themselves back into this, but now they have to actually close out this match if they want to advance to play against WE.
You have to watch the Icon show for exactly that.
Oh, but they've caught AmazingJ. They're looking for a pick. He's stalling it out for quite some time. Jinjao is shooting in and doing damage as the piercing arrow goes down and Redemption resets this, but AmazingJ flashes to safety.
That was a sick cask, actually, out of AmazingJ. From what was a position where he was caught to the point where Jinjao was able to almost kill Smlz at the same time. That was actually really close. 2v2 or 2v3 encounter that could have gone awry for OMG. Still, they get the flash out of AmazingJ. Have a flash out of Smlz as well.
And like you said, this is the Icon show. We saw an attempted pick from OMG, but they just didn't quite have the damage to burn through AmazingJ. Icon's really the big star for OMG. He has been for quite some time, but now more so than ever, he needs to be able to pull this game together. He's split pushing right now just a few seconds behind Athena, who's prepping that top tier 2 minion wave. And with Aime now all rotating towards that side, including AmazingJ, they fire an arrow at Xiyang, catch him with a lot of crowd control, but that is a tanky Fizz. They've even got Triforce as well. Bubble finds AmazingJ. He's down to 1,000 health, but it's not enough. The cast again is used.
Yeah, they have to be careful bottlenecking themselves into choke points against a team like OMG with all of their line area of effect damage. Really hard to siege into them, but they're trying their best.
Yeah, they're trying to get through this tier 2 turret. They've got teleport available for Xiyang, but right now he's racing out onto the map. No flank wards for him really to get to. And with the minion wave cleared out by the excellent AoE from OMG, Ben4 eats a charm, chunked down to 1,000, dodging. World 6 trying to pop it. Flash from Ben4 to keep it alive, and a great repel to sidestep the collateral damage. He comes back down and makes his way to safety.
He lives, but 40 seconds till the Baron's up means OMG have the inside track, place down their wards, prevent IMA from having any control of the area entirely. They're all recalling. There's actually a real possibility that they try and catch someone out of position.
Oh, Ben4!
Such as?
Greedy recall. Now 20 seconds. He's not going to be back by the time that Baron spawns, so you can see 5 setting up a lot of vision around that side of the pit.
Bottom also pushing pretty severely for OMG. They've set that up well in advance. They sent Xiyang to top lane. Now they're starting to play the slower, more thought out game. They're hitting their side waves. They've found some momentum. All they need to do to win this game is generate a pick, turn that pick into either a team fight or a Baron. But it's all about that first step because they're against an Ashe. That Ashe could be the one that gets the pick.
Jinjao with those enchanted crystal arrows. He's now 2 levels behind Smlz. There's a ward that spots Icon. A lot of wards, in fact, behind OMG, just outside of the vision, circling the control ward at their blue buff.
Oh, that's sad.
And the sweepers are missing that one as well. AmazingJ is still taking his time pushing out that bottom wave, though, so Baron has spawned, and it's now being started out by Smlz. Just testing the vision, sees a hawk shot spotted out, and Jinjao still holding on to that blue trinket.
Yeah, that's important. 2 hawk shots, 1 blue trinket, and there's only 1 blue trinket on the side of IMA. No second player actually having that one, as top laners are going to say what up.
Yep, Xiyang with his Guardian Angel just trading a bit. Massive tanks. As the Cocoon misses from Ben4, he gets good damage with that.
Lots of burn, actually, yeah.
Leandri's Torment slowly chipping away. And finishing off the rest of these wards as they are all just fighting over vision. Vision is everything right now. Xiyang, 2 levels ahead of AmazingJ, has actually pushed him all the way back to the inhibitor turret.
Which is okay. I feel like the Gragas, though he doesn't have an Iceborne Gauntlet, that would have been valuable for wave clearing perhaps. he should still be okay. Even though there's 2 levels for Xiyang, the Gragas can wave clear as long as there's no Baron buff. He's legitimately just tanking the Baron.
Yeah. AmazingJ ducks into the fountain, doesn't even have time to buy an item as he has to deal with Xiyang face tanking that inhibitor turret. The rest of OMG turn on towards the Baron. The hawk shot spots them out once
going
again.
For the inhibitor.
They're
That's
still
the play.
going in. Yeah, Xiyang is on the inhib right now, and it looks like are trying to trade this. Maybe a miracle steal from Ben 4. They zone Xiyang back. He's got a sweeper ready. He now sees that ward that's going to spot him.
They're giving up the inhibitor.
He's taking a lot of time. Xiyang is trying to finish this off. It is the push and pull. Repel to get him up. Charm onto AmazingJ as he leads the charge.
They
but
just
OMG
give it up.
just falling back, playing this tug of war so excellently.
They have no minions in mid lane, so there's actually nothing that Xiyang will go past this point. He may well just go back down to the bottom lane, threaten the next turret. This is the right play. OMG are doing exactly what they should be, setting up a side wave, pushing the side wave. Even if he goes bottom, doesn't get the tower, top's pushing as well for them. Like, everything's just going right. And they need to team fight. They need to engage. They need something to hit.
Arrow completely misses. Flash from Icon escapes the tether, but Rhodes still doesn't feel safe clearing out that control ward.
No.
Smlz is mid, and now AmazingJ is finally answering Xiyang bottom to keep his next inhibitor turret alive.
And it's not safe. I like that Icon flashed. Yes, it's like a 500-second cooldown compared to what his ultimate is, but he needs the ultimate for the damage. He needs to kill people. So his decision is that he acknowledges they're fighting within the next time period of a flash because he has to have the ultimate up.
Yeah.
Baron's a force. They really want to force it.
It really is, and they are trying so very hard to. Just pushing and pulling around that vision. Xiyang really becoming a huge threat on that bottom side of the map on Fizz. And as you said, yeah, Aime sort of staggering these recalls. The wave up top is reset by World 6. Xiyang catches the minion wave mid along with Icon. And say what you will about their early game, OMG have finally found momentum. 40 minutes into game number 3, the deciding set match. Down 2-0 in a series, but they finally have pulled it together.
And we're at that point actually where Elder and Baron are both alive. So this is where it gets a bit spicy for both of these teams. Occasionally when you put all of this effort and emphasis on Baron for 10 plus minutes and then suddenly the Elder's alive, no one has a ward there. There is a possibility that these teams just straight away go over there, do it right off the bat as Aime are starting the Baron.
Yeah, they can't quite make up their mind, however. Good poke finds Road and Ben 4. The arrow finds Icon. He's got no flash. He used it earlier, but he has Spirit Rush. He's positioned around. Ben 4's GA is popped. His Chain of Corruption catches a huge amount of members of the Aime roster. Xiyang teleports in, but as you said, they've already killed 2. Jinjao with low health means they might as well have killed 3. They turn on to the Baron.
This should just be the Baron going to OMG. No contest there from Aime. They have just thrown away their opportunity into this game by trying to team fight and by Ben 4 being on another page to the rest of his team. He was around the corner. You're not going to catch Icon if he's around the corner.
Yeah.
You needed Athena to flash in with everybody and maybe team fight, perhaps then.
They tried, but they did not succeed. Now with Baron buff, they make their way towards Elder Dragon, not taking any chances for Aime to get back into this. We know how much they love these late game team fights, their ability to take a huge 5v5, but they did not find it this time around as Smlz got a huge Chain of Corruption.
And this is the most important moment for OMG. They have everything. If they don't win this game, then it is a monumental blunder. With Elder Dragon, with Baron, with full recalls, with red buffs potentially to be picked up as well, items to be seen everywhere, full builds pretty much. Even making sure that 5 picks it up.
Getting that extra support gold.
I mean, he'll probably finish an item with that.
That is wasting a bit of time, though.
It's wasting a lot of time. That better be a good item.
They're still hanging out on the bottom side of the map. Xiyang is all alone with this Baron buff, pushing 2 waves. Finally, the rest of his team groups up. There's even a minion wave building up top as OMG prepped that before recalling. Icon with his Guardian Angel. Full build, 8, 1, and 2. Huge in this game. 2, 1, and 6 on Xiyang. It took him a while to come online, but he is also enormous.
And again, one of those moments where we look at a Fizz and say, why is Fizz in this game?
Why indeed?
He's going to be a massive split push threat. The Gragas, more of a team fighter. Starting to run out of options to deal with the Fizz. It's good in laning phase, but that scales off quickly. Varus is scaled up. Ahri's able to kill everybody.
Now Jinjao trying to clear out this Baroned up super minion. Another Baron wave, and the rest of OMG turn onto the turret. That's Chain of Corruption onto Athena. He drops into the Sanguine Pool very early, but the Mortal Reminder is preventing his health back. Arrow onto World 6, but he is so tanky. They catch Ben 4 with a charm. He repels up but dies in midair. Jinjao is firing shot after shot. Athena's in the back. He's trying to kill Smlz. Zanya's to stall it out as Jinjao walks away in the back, and he does get the kill. Icon follows through, but his GA is popped, and Athena is still going. He's trying to heal up and gets in another Sanguine Pool. Look at the triple kill. Athena is single-handedly winning the game for Aime. He finally dies, but it's 4 for 3, and Aime are holding on to their base.
Athena legitimately just gets 1v5 and 4 kills come down for the Vladimir. One-man wrecking crew keeps Aime in this game against the Baron buff, Elder Dragon buff enemy team of OMG. What a hero.
Athena. Holy cow. I mean, we knew he was good on Vlad, but wow, that damage. Here it is once again.
Yeah, note that it starts with World 6 being caught, Ben 4 dies to the Elder buff. So Jinjao, kiting, doing a lot of damage. But who's going to stop Athena? How do you counter somebody that can't be targeted? How do you lifesteal against someone that doesn't take damage? This, like, instantly killing him, choosing to actually get rid of his stacks, get his health back, instantly popping everybody. I hate that champion, but it's so good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that mid inhibitor has respawned. The top one is still down, but that will mean that Baron is the first epic buff to respawn as Xiyang has found Ben 4. They're both sweeping each other out, and AmazingJ is pulled over to keep his jungler safe. Smite means that it is an Aime buff. But 45 minutes into the game, again, Aime, take a late game fight. This time off of the most unexpected member in Athena.
Yeah, the thing is, with nothing to take now, with all of the buffs removed from the opponents of OMG, this is that window of opportunity for Aime to actually win back the map. So Athena didn't just keep them in the game, he set them up back to that even playing field. And that's the scariest point if you're OMG right now. They really need some assistance moving past this point. No Guardian Angel available for Icon, so he sells it too.
Yeah, swaps it over for more damage instead as Xiyang just continues to harass and pull the attention of Aime back and forth. There are no turrets to fall back on.
Yeah.
It's up to Aime to deal the damage to keep these safe as Xiyang is just being such a bully.
OMG win a fight, they win the game. If Aime win a fight, there is a chance that they run it down mid lane and also win the game themselves. That's the state of this 46-minute slugfest.
Jinjao is sitting back, holding on to these ultimates. Piercing Arrow is launched across, but barely even tickles him as Xiyang gets some damage onto Ben 4. Triple Ocean is paying off huge dividends for OMG. They can just sit here and continue to trade, harass. Arrow finds World 6. Once again, very tanky. Chain of Corruption is cleansed by Jinjao as he sidesteps back. Road is caught by Icon, but he makes his way out of the back. Redemption tops them all off, and the fight resets once again.
But that means no ultimate from the Ahri. Athena may go.
He's thinking about it. That's the Hemo Plague. Uses Proto Belt for some initial burst, but a great Locket just absorbs that damage.
Unfortunately, nothing to follow up with Athena as they are in trouble, Aime.
Yeah, here's the push and pull once again with minions crashing onto the inhibitor, or excuse me, the Nexus. That's a cleanse. Jinjao's chunked down to half below. He's going to have to walk away, and without their AD carry, this is time to break that inhibitor line. The mid one is being turned upon. Cocoon drops as Xiyang drops on the other side. Jinjao is still staying. He turns. He's already gotten the inhib and might have to give over his life, or at the very least a GA. That's one. Athena dodges under that one. This is so close. He makes his way to the wall, but now dies. 5 versus 4.
He has flash.
2 inhibs down. Charm is going to stop the chase from AmazingJ. Someone has to defend the base. They're continuing to move forward, though. Super minions drop the first Nexus turret, and Arrow tags Smlz, but it gets Chain of Corruption to stall the follow-up. Athena finally heads back, and AmazingJ does not land the cask.
Yeah, Athena has to go back and defend the second turret. The minions cannot stop. The super minions, man, I really love those turrets. Everything calms down one more time, however, that's the second inhibitor going over to OMG. They whiff the engage. Then Aime, Athena decides to go in, doesn't have the flash, so he can't commit on top of everybody. So the engage is then whiffed. He doesn't have the ultimate. OMG turn back in. then they kill the Fizz for it. So this now a window of opportunity to at least clear out the base themselves, but with the super minions spawning in the bottom lane, it's not going to be easy with Baron up in 10.
Yeah, already OMG are setting up vision. 5 and Icon moving forward to start dropping some forward wards and zone back. AmazingJ with teleport will have to try to defend against this, but he's full tank Gragas. He doesn't have a single damage item to his name. So that will certainly be a challenge. He's currently holding 1 wave, but he can't manage to hold on to 2. OMG just need to wait.
What's the jump?
Oh, they managed to catch Road with 1, but the bubble from 5 misses the follow-up damage.
It was the pathing out of Road, actually, from the charm auto acquiring the closest route towards Icon, so the bubble was in the right direction. Should have hit, didn't.
Xiyang now split pushing bottom. You can see he's traded in his own GA
gonna win
for a
the game.
wit's end. He might just try to go back door. AmazingJ might have to pull somebody back, and with Xiyang down there, this could be trouble. Actually, the top inhibitor has respawned.
Yes, but the bottom one is open, and Xiyang's using the bottom inhibitor. He may go mid, may go top, just take all 3 whilst I may hang around the Baron area.
Yeah, he's turning now onto the middle inhibitor. That Wit's End is shredding through it so quickly with super minions and Xiyang battering onto AmazingJ. They're running out of time. The arrow catches World 6, but a good cleanse keeps him safe. Road eats a Chains of Corruption, and they manage to tag Athena and Ben 4. Xiyang is just going from inhib to inhib, dropping 1, then the second. are falling back to try to deal with it, but this Fizz is just so slippery. Chum the Waters misses Jinjao. He's just... Xiyang is almost single-handedly winning the game. They're now turning onto the Baron on the other side. Ben 4 has got Smite. He's level 18. Athena is there. He's looking to get into the back. Tidal Wave to zone him around. That's Baron picked up by OMG. They are locked down into the pit. The perfect placement. Hemoplague finds one. They're healed up, and that's Athena dead. Ben 4 and Road are running. They've managed to kill Xiyang, but they've lost 2. And with the Baron and 2 inhibitors down, OMG are set to bring us to game 4, but they need to close it out.
End the damn game, OMG. Surely at this stage, with Athena dead, he is the majority of the damage now going to be missing for these team fights. They have enough to kill just a lonely Ashe.
Yeah, you can see Smlz and World 6 are waiting for the rest of their team to group up. It's 3 versus 4. If I may win this, it's all off the back of Jinjao. Can he do the damage? Protobelt goes in. Baroned up super minions are under the first Nexus turret. Smite clears out the first, but they're turning onto AmazingJ. The tank line has been broken. Jinjao needs to actually get in there. Icon goes in. He's killed him.
No
and
chance.
that is going to be no chance for as you said. The Nexus turrets drop and back against the wall in game number 3. OMG are able to win it 50 minutes in.
It was a hard-fought victory for OMG, I think it's safe to say, but Icon, the man on your screen, definitely has that headache. Big victory from the Ahri. Big team fighting out of OMG. Don't be fooled, he's probably happy inside. He's never happy outside.
And with that, OMG get a chance to reset and finally take a deep breath. All right, we've won 1 game. We're not out of the LPL playoffs yet. And they can take a nice 3 or 4 minute break before getting back on for the next one. But this has been a very long and a very trying day for these teams. And now OMG need to come back and do it 2 more times.
And it doesn't feel good for IMA to lose a game like that. That was one of the games where you can see reflected through the gold difference down the bottom of your screen. They were ahead for 20 minutes, 25, even up to 30 almost before they threw it around the Baron area. 3 Ocean Drakes though, good control of the Drake area from OMG. World 6 looks like a reinvigorated player. Ben 4 did not feel the same because he wasn't against that Lee Sin. And OMG's mid lane stepped up where it mattered most.
You could see it was mid lane versus mid lane. When Athena popped off, he got that huge team fight. When Icon popped off, he would land a clutch charm onto someone important and just burst them down. Such a close match going for quite a long time. And with that sort of volatility matching up, this is 2nd place versus 4th. It is a much closer best of 5 than I think anyone expected.
Yeah, and honestly, the major difference between these teams was just having the Fizz in the top lane, having the carry available for themselves to break down all of these inhibitors. World 6, Nodi had that QSS. It's that last big team fight that really shaped the pace of this game. IMA were constantly back and forth. They were stuck. They didn't know if they could deal with the Baron, and they couldn't make a decision. Their communication was definitely lacking this time around as to where they should be and when. And being pulled around the map smartly by OMG, most importantly, was the biggest deal. This was actually still an IMA teamfight victory if Athena got off the Zonias here. Pops the ulti, goes in, but chooses in the active items to Proto Belt instead of Zonias. Like 100% they would have most likely died, or at least people would have, Icon in particular, if he played that better. But Athena, you can't actually discredit him for playing poorly in one fight out of 20.
For Icon to landing the charm of a Vladimir proto-belting out of Sanguine Pool. Like, it's a very small window, but he got the animation beforehand. He was able to buffer it so that he could hit him immediately and follow through. So great play from Aime overall, and we are seeing Icon sort of step back up in this. Not to mention, Smlz did some huge damage in that game as well.
Yeah, Smlz did a lot of work, and for me as well, when you mention Icon, what I like the most about him performing well in this game is he's effectively like the captain of the team. You know, Xiyang's the old experienced member. He's going to be a calm, steady voice for them. You've got a silent, mechanical bottom lane, and your jungler World 6 in and out of the team, constantly trying to prove himself. But Icon has proven himself as the star player of the team. He is the man that needs to do the work, effectively the Russell Westbrook of his team at the moment. Yeah, he misses a lot is what I mean by that. But he looks good when he hits his stuff, and that was this game.
Great KDA, great scoreline overall, no matter how much he misses.
I would argue that Russell Westbrook's KDA is pretty weak.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Anyway.
But again, that's game number 3 going over to OMG. They are still in the set. Now they need to turn around and do it again. Do they run the exact same strategy back in game number 4? Because you saw the first half of the game. That was Aime's game to lose, which they did. And no surprise, Icon gets the MVP. 11, 2, and 5 with the amount of damage he was doing. 211 gold to damage efficiency.
Yes, 35% of his team's damage is a pretty strong amount for a champion like an Ahri to be doing, a super ult-reliant champion. Didn't really exist in the early stages of the game. I think the most important part for Icon is that he still got the kills. So when he was around his team, it was meaningful, and those meaningful kills actually translated him to a point of power where you hit those team fights and he is able to actually take people apart. This is actually the moment, in my opinion anyway, where things go from bad to worse. Compliments of AmazingJ casting the Ahri away. But ultimately, this decision is on the back end of saying we have to fight, we have to kill Icon. He's the priority member of the team. He's doing the most damage, but you can't simply kill an Ahri. A professional player from Oceania once said, I play Ahri because I can't miss position.
Yeah, exactly. Just use the ultimate all the time to get yourself around. We'll have to see if Aime will set that up in game number 3 or if they will be OMG bringing us back to a game 5. We're going to take a break while we get ready for that.